guys, Sophia here. Tonight we're reading number 31 of the Geronimo series, The Mysterious Tree Thief. And now we're going to talk about the trees around the world. The trees is called the England trees. The stilton name is a very famous name. So stilton is actually a tree's name in England. It was famous in 19s, but now in 20s they didn't eat much, so they use 19 much as they can. Enough about the trees. Let's find out what Geronimo does on her journey today. Now, if you're sitting comfortably, let's begin. I'm proud of my name. Hello, mouse friends. Have you met? My name is Stilton, Geronimo Stilton. Did you know that Stilton is the name of the very special trees that is made in England? I didn't, but when I got tripped on my grandfather's trees-colored camper, I found out lots of things I never knew about trees and more importantly about my family. It's all started like this. Geronimo Stilton, the publisher of the Rodents Gazette, the most famous newspaper on Mouse Island. Are you sure your name is Stilton? It was freezing cold Friday night in winter. I should have been home warming my paws by the fire, but I wasn't. Instead, I was working late at the office, putting together an illustrated algodopeia of trees. It was touring around the photograph of some cheddar tree spots. Bell jam. Ding dong, ding dong. At the door stood a disgusting-looking rodent. He was dressed in very expensive suit and carried a thick folder with papers. Good evening, he squeaked. I'm looking for the mouse who called himself Geronimo Stilton. I am the mouse. I mean Stilton, it's Geronimo Stilton, I stammered. Then I stung my paw. Aunt Sweetwater always told me that paw shape is the polite way to greet the visitor, but the rodent just scowled. I guess he missed that lesson on manners. Stilton, he replied in the snide voice, you may Stilton starting with an S and with an N. Are you certain that it's really your name? I puffed my fur. Who this rude mouse think he was? Of course, I'm sure my name is Stilton. I insisted. I've been a Stilton since the day I was born. That's my family name. My mouse just smirked. Then he handed me an official-looking piece of paper. I wouldn't be so sure about that, he said. Without another word, he turned left. Baffled, I closed the door behind me. What a strange visitor. Then I thought of something. Maybe he was going to be that crazy, really TV show say squeak. I look around my office to hidden cameras. Was someone playing a trick on me? Maybe the document on his paw would help me get the bottom of this. I cleaned my glasses so I could see better. Then I began to read. The paper was the well-known rodent liar of the front door 111. It says, Dear Mr. Geronimo, you're writing for inform that you're from this day forward you may no longer use for the past the name of Stilton refer yourself of any member of your family. Obviously, you're not aware of that name, Stilton, the registered trees marks of English trees, and just any trees. Stilton is the king of the English trees. Therefore, you must accuse the dentist of using this name immediately, or you will be forced taking future action. Your Treasley, Raffley, Bondorf, 111, Equist. Council of the Stilton Cheesemaker, occasional. Macaroni, mashed potatoes, and ravioli. I was more baffled than ever. I decided to go straight home. The sun was setting over the new city. It reminded me of the taste slice of lunch. Still, I was starving. At last I arrived home, a little bit cozy fire in the fireplace. Then I raced to the kitchen. In a flush, I wiped up my dinner, a bowl of mozzarella, mashed potatoes, a pan of cheese ravioli, cheddar roast, and triple decker cheesecake for dessert. Okay, maybe you overdid the cheesecake, but you can blame starving mouse. As I was cooking, I decided to call my sister Dia. I told her the strange letter from England.
Not allowed to use the name stilton, she exclaimed. I'll be here right away. What are you making? Dinner. Before I could reply, she hung up. A few minutes later, a doorbell rang. It was Dad, my little nephew, Benjamin. Uncle Geronimo, may I have dinner with you too? Benjamin squeaked, and when he entered the door, he wrapped his little paws around me in a mouse-sized hug. How How could I say no? I just had lots of stuff for more plates. Then my doorbell rang again. It was time for my auspicious cousin Trap. Hello there, Mr. Mister. I'm here for the family reunion. Get out the grub. This mouse is famished, he announced at reunion. I mumbled, but Trap wasn't listening. He pushed it aside and marched to the kitchen. Then he began tasting everything in sight. The macaroni and cheese needs more milk. That is dry of the great-grandfather's random snout to whisker, he snickered. I was fuming. Of course, my cousin didn't notice. He squeaked on the lumpy mashed potatoes and the rock-hard cheddar rolls and the soupy cheesecake. Did I mention that I was court to become a jerryberry? That means I'll be all cheesy, he boasted.
Oh, my eyes. I was about to explain that there's no such thing as the cheeseologist when the phone rang. It was my grandfather, William Shortpaws. Grandson, what does can I feel of the letter you received from the regarding the family name? How dare you tell us to change it? How ridiculous! How unmousely! He answered. I'll be over 2 minutes. But grandfather, I began. Of course he already hung up. Well, why does no one listen to me? I am a good boss. I'm the brush between meals. I cross a green line, not in between. I cross over my snout when I sneeze. Well, except that when I feel really sick. I have to be the flu. I barely reach my nightstands to get a tissue. Family reunion. I was still thinking about the flu when Grandfather William arrived. He was uncomplained about the housekeeper, Tina Spice call. Actually, Tina is not just grandfather's housekeeper. She also keeps him online. I was about to close the door again when I heard shouting. Outside of my relative had gathered from the front stoop. I glared at my cousin Chuck. It looks like someone has spread the whole about the call the family reunion. Within a minute, I streamed for the building to fill up in my house. I scampered back and kitchen the wife for more food. Then I dashed around and looked for extra plates, cups, and chairs and super long tablecloths. After we had all stuffed the relative, grandfather had pounded on the table. I'll just thank Geronimo for hosting this wonderful family reunion. Even though the mashed potatoes were awful and his cheesecake tastes like paste, he's a stilton and Say that to listen and try this best, he squeaked. I drew my whisker on the rich paste. I opened my mouth and protest, but grandfather held his paws. No need to thank me, grandson, he went on. He, we slit and stick together, which reminds me, I want to tell you what our family got our name. I nodded. Still, that doesn't explain why I received a letter from the Rally Vondoret 111 asking us not to be my lame Stilton. I was more confused than ever. Was within the town trees or the family? At that moment, the clock striking midnight. The members of the Stilton family got up and left. It was late. I washed the dishes and go to bed. But before I could turn on the light, I looked up at the Stilton of the Ecotopia. I drifted asleep when I reached in the exit of the village. So my name was famous trees. I fell asleep with my snout on the bed. Now, we're going to upload the part 2 next time, and I hope you subscribe to that I could upload the next part 2. Then bye. I'm going to show you a badge.